Hello, it is Sunday, July 23rd, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday puzzle today, so a large grid, a titled, themed, jumbo-sized crossword grid. I hope you've got plenty of time, and I hope I do as well. I don't know what that means. I hope I have time. I seem to have time. In any case, this large, time-consuming edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Quotidiophile, Overfull Hitbox, Jake Rodkin, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the incredible Horn family. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They are sustaining this channel, keeping it going. For that, I am incredibly grateful. Thank you to them. Thank you to you if you're a patron. Thank you to everybody who has backed the Patreon campaign. I really do appreciate it a great deal. And if you'd like to contribute to the channel in that way, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve or via the link in the description field underneath the video. There, of course, you can find the bonus videos available to patrons, as well as for benefactors, the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug. Thank you to everybody who's done so. You can also subscribe to the channel on YouTube. That is, of course, a big help. As I always say, it remains true. And you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server where people discuss these puzzles, other crosswords, other New York Times word games. And it's a nice place with friendly people. There's a link in the description field to that as well. All right, let's get on to today's crossword by Chandy Deitmer, who I think has just constructed a small handful of puzzles, 3 or 4 maybe, for the New York Times. And it has a title. It's entitled Oral Surgery. So that's very interesting. Something to do with, well, it could be something to do with surgery or hearing things. It could have something to do with homophones, maybe. Oral surgery, the way words sound, and you have to change something. I don't know. We'll have to find out, but let's find out. It was edited, as always, by Will Shortz, and let's start solving now. Organization for Sandra Bullock in Miss Congeniality. Oh, I never saw this, but I remember when it was being advertised. Was she some sort of FBI or CIA agent or something, and she had to go undercover at a beauty pageant? I don't know if that's right. There might be some elements of that are vaguely correct. Okay, let's see. Victory in internet shorthand. Oh, this isn't something I've seen in quite a long time, but if this were to be FBI, this could be FTW for the win, which was something said, I don't know, more in the early 2000s, I guess, than I see now. Dress up quaintly. You could get tog up, dress up quaintly. Might be the answer. Let's check the crosses here. Nocturnal bird known for its distinct calls, informally. Not sure about that. Clothing style with hippie influences. Could be boho chic, which I think means sort of bohemian chic, so a kind of bohemian style, a kind of, as it says, sort of hippie or kind of artsy look, but I don't know, I suppose a lot of kind of thrift stores and retro clothing, maybe. Look at the time. I gotta go. So what is going on here? Nocturnal bird known for its distinct calls, informally. Who? Is this thematic, or is this a nickname for an owl that I don't know? I mean, I know that owls, their call is often represented as who, but is that a name for the bird? I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it seems to be the answer. I'm going to have to move on. Blank Moschweg, author of the 2015 Hemingway Foundation / Penn award-winning novel Eileen. And I'm actually not sure about this one. Nonsense to Brits. In 4 letters, could be Tosh, maybe. Nonsense. I'm thinking of quite a few 3-letter words and some more longer ones. It's the only 4-letter one I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there are others. Secret lairs are digs? I can't think what this would be. I'm wondering if I've been encountering, oh, no. Here's a dash. Okay, so often when you see a dash in the puzzle, I mean, it could mean any number of things, usually something thematic, but often what it means is that this space simply continues on from the preceding space, or the sort of geometrically preceding space. So what would that be? If this were Tosh, for instance, and this were an I, secret lairs. Not hideouts. I'm not sure. Green beginning, eco. So eco is a prefix that goes on the beginning of words referring to green things or things that are sort of seen as ecologically friendly. U.S. Davis Cup player for 10 years. Not sure, unfortunately. Sorry about that, unsurprisingly. Respond to. Act at? Act on? Yes, you could act on a decision. You could act on a sort of, decision that was made. You could respond to that decision as such. There we go. Okay. Oh, is this a tennis player? Is it Arthur Ashe? Arthur Ashe was a very famous U.S. tennis player, so this could well be him. Let's see. 14,000-foot volcano in California is Mount Shasta. This looks like high. This does look like Tosh, doesn't it? Okay, let's put that in. And then high secret lairs. Hideaways? Maybe it is a homophone thing. Does this continue on? It does. Okay, I was started to think, I wonder if this owl thing is actually who birds? Hoot. Owls are hooters. That's a name for owls. So could this be terse or something? I'm wondering if we're using multiple words. So hideaways, doubts. There we go. High doubts is what this is. So this is how the theme works. We take two words whose homophones can kind of combine to create a single word, and that we read that across those two answers, and it fulfills the clue. Okay, I think that's what's going on. So high doubts. Ters. That sounds less like a word to me. It could be the word terse, but it's not quite as close if it's hooters. That sounds strange. Easily recognizable, distinct, doesn't fit. Responses prompted by an officiant. I do's, you could have a wedding officiant who prompts the vows, maybe. I'm not certain. There could be other possibilities there. I think this one works, but it might not be the only possibility. Okay, it could also just be the word vows, I suppose, actually. Maybe I'll delete this for now. Tugboat jobs. Tows, a tugboat tows other boats. Side by side, maybe. Shot in Studio 8H for short. I mean, I haven't a clue about this in terms of the knowledge itself. My assumption in terms of an answer would be SNL, Saturday Night Live, because I just can't imagine very many people know the name of this studio in which very many television programs are shot. So it's presumably this. Shawarma wraps. Oh, it could be pitas. So you could have a chicken shawarma pita wrap, which sounds incredibly good to me right now. Dress up. You could dress something up. You could adorn it with decoration or whatever. Side by side, maybe. Army, as in one side in a conflict. Side by side, maybe. Oh, maybe it means a sidearm by your side? I don't know. I don't think so. This isn't the theme, is it? No. Okay. Okay, right. No, it's not. Hoot owl. Right. I have heard that phrase now that I have this much of it. So a hoot owl is divided here as our surgical dissection into who towel. Very good. Okay, hoot owl. There we go. So if something's easily recognizable as patent, you could say my patent outfit that I'm known for. You could say, and it's distinctive. Side by side, maybe. Area. Oh, right. Okay. If you multiply, for instance, if you multiply the length of the side of a rectangle by the length of its adjoining side, you would obtain its area. That's the formula for area. It's essentially side by side. So here we have Otessa Moshfegh, author of the novel Eileen. Okay, there we go. Believes, so to speak. Probably ends with an S. Zakat in Islam. Ooh, I'm not sure. What about this? Slippery stuff. Medicare section that covers prescription drugs. I don't know what the various elements of this are, but I do know that Medicare has sort of I can't remember if it's part 1, 2, 3 or part A, B, C. I think it might be part A, B, etc. I don't know which is the part that covers prescription drugs. This is a U.S. Government healthcare scheme. Medicare is, collections of bets. I'm sure I'll recognize this when I see it, but I'm not sure offhand. Some outdoor seats. I don't know this either. I'm not doing very well over here, am I? Hallmarks of Scottish accents. Rolled R's or lilts, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't quite. I don't know. It'll seem very obvious when I see it, I'm sure, as so many things often do. Pep could be energy or gusto or elan, maybe. Heap praise on. Adorize? Not confident about that. What have I not seen? Part of a daycare schedule. A nap? Pep. Overdraft fees. Bank charges? That could be the answer. Lifted as spirits. Buoyed your spirits? That's a fairly common phrase. This looks a bit strange, though. Believe, so to speak, with that UY. I'm not very convinced by that. Pep. Oh, but oomph. Pep could be oomph. Okay, maybe this is right. Heap praise on. Adulate. To sort of shower someone with adulation. Zakat. Oh, is that alms? Is that sort of giving money to the poor in Islam? Zakat. That could well be the answer. So then believe. So yes. Okay, this is correct. You buy something, you believe it. You say, I buy that. I believe it. Okay. Slippery stuff. Oh, lubricant. Oh, burls, hallmark of or burrs, hallmark of Scottish accent. Burrs. Is that the burrs? That sounds really familiar to me. Is that the rolled R or is that something else? It's really annoying to me that that this scratches something in my brain, but I can't resolve it. Let's see if this works. Gobbles up, devours. Right, okay. It is burrs. Some outdoor seats. What is it? Collections of bets. Pots? No. This will seem obvious when I get there eventually. How things might go on the internet. They might go viral. They might reach an incredible degree of popularity quickly. Blank nous, entre nous, between us in French. Marriages are unities, unions. Sorry. Don't know why that took me a moment there. Copy command on a keyboard. Control C is the shortcut to copy on a Windows computer. Tier things. I first read this as tear things, but then I realized it's referring to tear ducts, things from which tears are emitted, your tear ducts. Fleur de sel seasoning, so that's, I guess, literally flour of salt in French. And then offensive line, which I think it's a sort of fancy salt. It's this fancy sort of big salt crystals. Offensive line in football, say. Question mark. Interesting. What is that? Oh, trash talk, maybe? So an offensive line, in other words, you sort of insult your opponent verbally. Have we looked at all these? Oh, pools, right. Collections of bets. You could have a pool, your office pool or something, maybe a collection of bets on something. I don't know, championship or something like that. Long walk could be a trek. Fresh, not sure immediately. Something to prey on. And this is prey in the religious sense rather than prey meaning a victim. So it doesn't mean hunt, but rather to prey. In church, maybe? Prey on... A row, like a pew, it doesn't seem sufficient. Not specific enough. Grammy winner Hill, Lauryn Hill. Is her name spelled with a Y? I think it might be. I think that looks right to me, Lauryn Hill. Fresh. Maybe it means fresh like sassy, sort of perky, or... yeah, I'm not sure. What about up here? Sorry. Sad, it could be, you're in a sorry state, you're in a sad state. Same here. So am I, or so do I, could be one of those. Irene blank, the woman to Sherlock Holmes. Irene, is it Adler? Irene from the Sherlock Holmes stories? Irene Adler. I think that might be her name. I think she's American, maybe. Bring up to, I don't know, this might be wrong. Fit. If you're fit, you're able. All right, so this is, no, maybe not. Same here. So, dash. Oh, right. Some outdoor, oh, right, I completely forgot about this. Some outdoor seats, I didn't even look at why it would be launch. I didn't notice I'd filled it in. So some outdoor seats, launch, lawn chairs, launch airs. Oh, I see. Heirs as in kind of heirs to a throne, scions or descendants. There we go. Okay, so that's done. So the same here does have an I. Maybe this isn't, maybe fit isn't able. 411. Oh, this is what you dial in the US to get sort of local information, I think. Is that what it is? No, I never actually dialed it when all the years I lived in the US. But I think it refers generally to information, maybe. So you'd say the details. I'm kind of making an inference here, but I think that might be right. Bring up to code, as in building code or electrical code, something like that. So same here is going to be so do I or so am I. It looks like am is more likely just based on the crosses. Yes, if you're fit, you could say you're hale and hearty is often how that's said. You're fit, you're in good condition. So same here, so am I. Response to a repeat introduction. Response to a repeat introduction. Well, fresh is cheeky. That's certainly the case. That is a phrase used almost obsessively here in the UK. I would say that word. Response to a repeat introduction. Oh, we met. Ah, I see. Okay, a repeat introduction, as in an introduction that you've previously had. I, for some reason, took this to mean somebody was repeatedly introducing themselves to you in the moment, and I couldn't think why that would be happening. The answer is it probably wouldn't, and that wasn't what the clue was suggesting. Comment when trying to get a discussion back on track. Where were we, you might ask? Okay, swelling. A bulge, a swelling of, I don't know, of anything, I suppose. Something to pray on a rug, as in a prayer rug, a prayer mat, that kind of thing. Okay, there we go. And like many true crime dramas, they're often lurid. They often sort of are salacious. Equivalent of 1 gallon. I don't know. What's the equivalent of a gallon? Not sure. Captain's subordinate. The bosun, which is a corruption of boatswain, I think. I mean, I'm probably mispronouncing that. I think I probably have mispronounced it before, but I think this is the answer. We can see this sort of this corruption, this kind of contraction of captain, and the same thing has happened here. So it's well clued in the sense that it's stylistically comparable to the answer. So what is the equivalent of 1 gallon of cork? I don't quite get it. Reality show fodder. Life? Doesn't seem right. Well, I can see this clue is Aer Lingus. This is the major Irish airline. Oh, okay. It's a theme clue. I need to remember when something looks strange like this, look at the next answer to see if it's part of a theme answer. Equivalent of 1 gallon. I'm not sure though, unfortunately. I don't know what units of measurement are equivalent to a single gallon. Aslan's World. Oh, right. Okay. I've never actually. I know I did read the first Narnia book when I was very young. To be honest, did not click with me, so I didn't read any more of them. But I do know that Aslan is the lion, I think, from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And then I never saw any of the attempts to turn it to film, but I'm fairly confident that's what that is. School with the mascot Sparky the Sun Devil. Oh, I think I've encountered this in the crossword before. ASU, Arizona State University. And honestly, even if I hadn't, that would be a pretty good guess because SU, State University, there are plenty of universities in the U.S. that aren't state universities, but it's not a bad thing to maybe try and justify with crosses. Fenced in patches of mud could be sties, as in pig sties. They could be fenced in. Blank guide, user's guide, maybe. So something wards. Oh, 4 quarts. It is not a single unit that's equivalent to a gallon. It's a measurement of several others. So 4 quarts. Okay, right. And to be fair, I never really was very good at remembering what all these sort of strange measurement equivalents were either. Metric is a lot easier in that respect, I have to say. But in any case, 4 quarts. There we go. Okay, I might have been able to tell you 4 quarts was a gallon. I don't know. I might have had to guess on that one. We in one spelling. Teeny, eeny, meeny. Could be teeny or meany. Teeny looks better than meany to me. Meany only really works when it's a weenie. I don't know. I'm saying absolute nonsense right now. I think this is probably the answer. Steamed food items eaten with the hands. I don't know. Pork buns are steamed and eaten with the hands generally. I guess they could be eaten with chopsticks actually. Steamed food items eaten with the hands. What are these? I'm not sure. Oh, right. Here's our revealer probably. Hit Mach 1, or a hint to answering 8 pairs of consecutive answers in this puzzle. That is to break the sound barrier. Very good. And that is our hint to our clues so far. So we're breaking, there's a barrier in between these 2 words. We're breaking it and we're calling it the sound barrier because we're going to sound out these clues. Fork warts becomes 4 quarts and so on. All right, very good. That's very clever. Let's keep going. Reality show fodder. Oh, a feud maybe. Reality shows, I guess, make hay of arguments between their contestants. From India or Pakistan. It could be Desi from India or Pakistan. So that's referring to, a sort of cultural and ethnic identity from the subcontinent of India and Pakistan. Blank forget, don't forget. Beneficent. Kind. If you're beneficent, you're kind. Sorry, that took me a moment. Browser destination, a site, a website. And if you're scraping by, you're eking by. Dash. Oh, right. Okay, yes. Anything you want. Just name it. Mit. Something. This does look like mit to me. Anything you want. Could this be neigh? Oh, it could be neigh. It's a horse's neigh, of course. It is name it. There we go. Anything you want, just name it. Recipient of a 2008 government bailout. Was that the AIG? I'm pretty sure. After the financial crash. Run for it. Oh, right. Okay, sorry. So the exclamation point means we're not defining the answer, nor are we providing a synonym of it. Instead, what we're doing is we're making a comment about it. We're sort of we're saying something about the answer in some way. So in this case, it's office, as in political office. Run for it. Run for office. Long-term security option in brief. A T-bond, a treasury bond. So that's a place, it's a security, a financial instrument it's a safe long-term investment. Okay, some roofing material. Tar is used in roofing. Responded to squeak. Arfed? Oh, speak. Sorry, I read that completely incorrectly. That was strange. So yes, a dog could arf if it's trained to do so in response to the command speak. Modernizes the equipment of why don't I see what this is? Rehabs, refixes, Sorry, this is probably incredibly obvious. Substance banned for, refits? Yeah, okay. Substance banned for agricultural use in 1972 for short. So DDT, that's a banned pesticide. Okay, so growing season is this one of these? No, it's not. Okay, so growing season. Throng? Oh, that doesn't look like anything. Not sure. Style that flares out from the waist. Style that an A-line dress flares out from the waist. Yeah. And then, oops, what am I looking at? Oh, I haven't looked at these. Denomination of Boston's historic Charles Street Church abbreviation. Is it AME? I don't remember what that stands for, actually, but American Methodist. I'm wondering if that's what this is. Steamed food items eaten with the hands. Oh, tamales. Oh, there we go. Yeah, tamales are steamed, and you eat those with your hands. Boy, I haven't had a tamale in years and years. There was a woman in San Francisco who famously sold them out of a cart, and they were extremely delicious. Language group of sub-Saharan Africa. Bantu. Bantu is a sub-Saharan African language group. There we go. Nibble on. You could gnaw on something, nibble on it. And then if you're agog, you are gaping, you gaze, if you are agog, you are gazy. I can't quite see what the adjective is here. I can just see verbs. One crying help. Just have to remember to double check for theme clues. One crying help. Not sure. Okay, big money exec, chief financial officer, maybe CFO. Humorously exaggerated. Exemption from consequences. Immunity or something. Shop descriptor. Oh, okay, well, shop with that E on the end. It looks like a sort of old-timey, well, the double P, it looks sort of an old-timey description meant to evoke a kind of old world aesthetic, and similarly old with that E often is paired with it. Okay, so here's a theme clue. Former magazine that featured male nudes. I don't know. Okay, humorously exaggerated. Exemption from consequences. Freedom doesn't seem sufficient. We want something like immunity or a free ride? I don't know if that's right. I think of that as being more things have been paid for financially rather than you being exempt from consequences per se, but it could be. Let live. Lauder of cosmetics. Estee Lauder. That's at least. Let's put that in. Like Zambia relative to Angola. Like Zambia relative to Angola. Oh, Playgirl? Yeah, it is. It is. It's Plague-Earl. Wow. That's very clever. Oh, so Zambia East relative to Angola. Okay, that looks right. Plague-Earl. Wow. That's really funny. Okay. Agog. Oh, Gaga? Yeah, you're agog. You're gaga. You're sort of open mouth, staring at something. One crying help. Oh, Beetle. Because, of course, yes, of course, their song Help. There we go. That's what that means. What an errant red sock may do in a load of whites. It might bleed if it's too hot. We don't have any down thematic clues, don't we? I don't think we do. Okay, Princess of Power in the comics. Princess of Power. Do I know this? I'm not sure. Let live. Spared. Let in the past tense. Let is a classically trips me up all the time in that way, in that it can be present or past tense. Okay, so humorously exaggerated. Cartoony? Yeah, something's humorously exaggerated could be described as cartoony. Here we have one of these. Lollygagger. This looks like it's going to need to be oil, doesn't it? Let's see if that is true. No, it's not. Blank pen, actor who held a post in the Obama White House. Cal pen. So what is this? What's oik? Is that a word? Here we have NDA, member organization of the Five Eyes Alliance. NSA. Okay, this isn't free ride. I was right to be skeptical of it, and I should have. So the Five Eyes Alliance is the international intelligence kind of grouping. I think it's basically the Anglosphere. Is it the US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, maybe? Anyway, the NSA could be one of the members of it because it would, I guess, be they would be security organizations of these states. I think that's what I could be misremembering exactly the membership, but something like that. Couturier who created Le Smoking Tuxedo for short. Must be YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, the famous couturier. Okay, so a free pass, that's what we're looking for, the exemption from consequences. Not a free ride, a free pass, there we go. And here we have oak, that's part of a theme, we'll get back to that in a moment. Fade hairstyle sported by Grace Jones. So Grace Jones had a high top, or has, I think she's still around, isn't she? Fade hairstyle sported by Grace Jones. Yeah, famously she had that high top hairstyle. Or not? Fades out. Maybe, is it called something else? I mean, I can picture it in my mind, but that doesn't look good here, does it? Fades out. Well, let's look at this, because this lollygagger is part of a theme answer. It's a slowpoke. Slope oak. There we go. There we go. So fades out. Peters out. Okay, so what is her hairstyle called then? I misremembered the name of that cut. It's kind of like, if I'm remembering it correctly, I mean, I can picture her in my mind, and it's sort of boxy, so it goes straight up on the sides and then is leveled off on top. Isn't that what her hair is? What is that called? Oh, wait, what did I put in here? Oh, a flat top. Right, sorry, not a high top, a flat top. High top sneakers is what it's a completely separate thing. Something that closes quickly is a flap. Capital of Togo, Lomé. Parroted, aped. Hit one out of the park. Oh, this isn't that. Oh, a flop. Oh, that's clever. Something that closes quickly. So you've opened a play or a musical or something, and it was a total flop, so it closes quickly. It doesn't end up having a long theatrical run. Clever clue. All right. Hit one out of the park. A homer, so a home run. And then Dexter Channel, familiarly Showtime, I guess. And then some essays are op-eds. There we go. So opinion pieces. All right. In a newspaper or something. And then, right, I still don't see what this is. All easy, all ease, all ears. I'm all ears. I'm listening to you. Okay. What about this? Growing season. Is this something? No. Oh, right. That was part of our play, girl. That's maybe one of my favorites. Growing season. Spring. Oh, whoops, I just simply mistyped this. Modernizes the equivalent of is refits, not refitted. With an extra T. Growing season is spring, as in nature grows. That's so crazy. And many do this on the beach. Lie on the beach, I guess? Is it as simple as that? Up there, so to speak. Oh, aged. You could be up there in years. You could be aged. So that's so crazy. What about this? Took a breather. 2 vis-a-vis 8, 3 vis-a-vis 27 EG. So those are cube roots. Is this? Yes, this is part of a theme answer. So Q. Oh, maybe it's Q, like a line. Q brutes. Yes, very good. Q. These I really enjoy these. These are good. So 2 is the cube root of 8 because 2 cubed, 2 to the power of 3 is 8. And similarly, 3 and 27. All right, holy text divided into surahs, the Quran. Amherst School. Oh, is this the University of Massachusetts, UMass, maybe? I bet that's the answer. Savory quality, umami, the taste associated with savoriness, with sort of, meatiness, that kind of thing. Stack up is to rate. How do you stack up? How do you rate? This looks like paused. Yes, took a breather is indeed paused. Okay. And if you're among a group of people, you're amid them, for instance. To suffer an embarrassing loss is to eat it. And something picked in an argument is a nit. Someone could nitpick your argument, pick a nit. Okay, so that's so crazy. Oh, mind blown. There it is. Okay. And the ellipses here are evoking the way that people could say this in a sort of introducing dramatic pause for effect, as they would in mind blown as well, which is often written as with, mind dot blown dot to emphasize that. And so, again, it's a sort of tightly constructed clue in that way because it matches the answer closely. Tied up. Laced. Your shoes are tied up. They're laced. There we go. Sped could be raced. Skin marks are pox. You could have pock marks on the skin. Lingered on could be dwelt on. Habitat for vicunias. I don't know. What is that? Interesting. Sidewalk snogging, e.g. for short. That could be PDA, public display of affection. Could be snogging someone on the sidewalk. And then habitat for vicuña. Oh, the Andes Mountains, maybe. I bet that's the answer. And then let's see if that works. Feed as a pup might. Yes, suckle. So a puppy might suckle on its mother. And then things revealing basic truths are pH tests. So basic truths, in this case, not referring to fundamental sort of realities about the universe, but rather the truth about how basic a substance is on the pH scale. Basic, alkaline. And then in the cross, we have Princess of Power in the comics. Oh, She-Ra. Is that, I think, is she from He-Man, maybe? Okay, anyway, I think that's the answer. So, there we go. That was the Sunday crossword. It took ages to solve, as usual. That is how it goes on Sunday. It's just what we expect and what we sign up for when we open the Sunday crossword. And in this case, we solved what I thought was a very enjoyable theme. We broke the sound barrier, as our theme put it. Our revealer put it, I should say. The revealer, of course, being in this case the literally central answer that explains what's going on thematically throughout the rest of the puzzle. And we had our, see if I can remember where these all are. They don't really call attention to themselves in the grid because of the nature of the theme. We had our nocturnal bird, our hoot owl. We had our lawn chairs, our outdoor seats, our launch airs. We had, what else did we have? We had 4 quarts in a gallon, our fork warts in a gallon. Then, of course, breaking the sound barrier. And then anything you want, just name it. Name it. We had this very clever one. We had our former male nude magazine, Playgirl, from our Plague Earl, which sounds like some kind of, I don't know, some kind of disastrous medieval character, the Plague Earl. Let's see. We had 2 vis-a-vis 8, etc., which are cube roots, from Q brutes. And we had our lollygagger, our slowpoke, drawn from slope oak. Very good. So it was a very clever theme today. I really enjoyed that. These were very smooth. They flowed very well once I figured out, once you get what each one is, it sounds very convincing when you pronounce it aloud. So it was very well constructed. Well done to Chandy Deitmer for her Break the Sound Barrier puzzle. I really enjoyed that, and not too bad of a grid elsewhere. Let me know how you fared with this one in terms of difficulty and when you caught on to the theme. When did I get it? I think it was after this one. I just did not notice, even after having filled towel with crosses, didn't notice that at all. So where was it? I think it was... was it Launch Airs? Launch Airs? I think it was this one. Anyway, there we go. Did I miss any of these? No, I guess not. Thought there was another one up here, but I suppose there wasn't. Okay, in any case, that was the Sunday puzzle. Hope you enjoyed it. That's that for today, today's video, today's puzzle. But I'll be back tomorrow for the much quicker, much smaller, but still themed puzzle for Monday. Hope you join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.